Hey, this is Metal Shadow.
Ernest here as well, and we are back.
Indeed.
You there.
Okay, now the last video we told you there were two people you could give the regular. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot how you spell recgul.
There you go. I thought you were
This
saying Rachni for a second.
Rachni, yes. This is the second guy you can give it to. Basically, if you give it to him, dark side point.
And you get paid.
The other one, you just feel so darn happy with yourself.
That
you
get
a
free
like,
med packs.
yeah, and you get a like side point.
Everybody knows
And a discount at a store.
Mhm.
Though the discount only lasts until you get off planet.
Yeah, and then there's a few little issues.
Which we will get to.
Yes, when the time comes.
I prefer to think of him
Now,
as a role
here's where you get the
model.
introduction to
He
Davik.
started with nothing,
Basically,
and now he's
Davik
got it all.
is
The crime boss.
the crime boss of Terrace.
It's the
Terrace.
I
Yeah.
didn't say Telos. I said Terrace. I gave myself a victory point right there.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Selling the serum to anyone
Yeah.
infected with
And
the disease.
this guy is an
None
associate
like
of
yourself
Davik's.
will practically give it away.
Yeah, you can give him the Radical Serum, like we said before. You
Davik
get some
isn't the
cash, you
guy
get dark
just
side
walk up
points.
to, you know. He likes to keep his business
And the
all
Radical
himself.
Serum is only given then
The best thing
to the rich
do
folks.
is to take the
But if
Radical
you
serum
give
to
it
Zach.
to Zerka, I think his name is.
I think Zerka's the corporation.
Yeah, Zerka. His name starts with a Z, too.
I can
But,
probably get a nice fine
Z, I can't remember. Anyway,
The doctor.
if you give it to the doc, you'll get a light side point. You don't get any money, I think, but you get the assurance
people is
that
all
you
well
did
and
something
good.
good.
But you have
Good.
to help
You did something good,
yourself
yeah,
first,
and
right?
you also get a discount at the store. You get probably some free med packs.
Yeah, I think he does give you
And
some.
then only
If
the
you
rich
accept
can
the
afford the cure.
accept it, he may give you some few credits.
Oh, you see, there's
If you
Karth
find the
coming in
Radical
with
serum,
logic
just
again. They're like,
look
are
at
you
his
sure you really want to do this?
I love our description of Karth
works
though.
for Davik.
C-3PO with a blaster.
Seriously, he's logic with a blaster. Logic with a blaster. I wonder if that really pans out in real life.
It probably does.
Probably does. Hey, that makes more logic.
It's like what Grunt said in Mass Effect 2. Hold out one hand while arming the other.
Yeah, exactly. And what was it that chick from Alien vs Predator says was, I'd rather have a gun's a lot like a condom. I'd feel safer having one and not needing it than needing one and not having it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now here's your first real situation of be good or bad. Basically, bounty hunters are coming after this guy. Logic once again. And basically you can intervene and help him or just let the bounty hunters do what they do.
This is also one of the first scenes you find of actually hearing alien dialect.
Yeah, the Uta da Shelta.
Yeah, Ernest has played it so much, he's got the alien
Yeah.
languages memorized.
I've got their language memorized. I've got the Twi'leks. I've got the Jawas. The Jawas are my favorite. I got their language memorized. I was thinking about trying to make it into a rap, but it never really worked. Ooh, Utini. I can see that. I'm surprised no one's done a video like that yet.
I know, right? Now here's where you talk to the guy. You have an option of just saying, okay, cool, we helped you, goodbye. But you can also have an option where you get more light side points by giving him 100 credits. Now this works because when you loot the bodies, you get 100 credits back. So there's no real reason not to.
And if you've done arenas already, you've made more than 100, so
Yeah,
it's win-win anyway, so there's like no reason not to do it.
Yeah, there is no reason to not give this guy 100 credits and get the light side points.
Unless you're a money whore and you just care about it.
You can also get dark side but now by mugging him.
Yeah.
There is an option to do that, though
You're giving him 100
really
credits.
you're nothing more than a street thug doing that.
Mm-hmm. There was logic once again. You're giving him all that money? Oh, that's generous.
Seriously, there's a point later
You see?
on.
100
where
gold, 100 right there.
Yeah. There's a point later on where Karth kind of just goes, yeah, I'm glad to see we're still the good guys. But that's later on, like on Tatooine, I think.
Yeah, and by that point, you basically understand what threat's coming after you.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that later, but...
When the time brings itself into fruition.
I love how the attacks are all set on a 20-sided die. But you can never see the roll of the die. It's just... it's set there.
What the heck are you talking about?
Okay, the attacks, the stats, and all that, when you go into battle, it's based off of a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Though it's never put out that much, and you don't see it so often that you understand it. It's just there. That's what a lot of the stat boosts do. They increase your chances of getting a higher roll.
Yeah, so like if you put a point in strength, you have a higher chance of getting a crit.
Exactly.
So now we're just going through apartments, taking what we will. And another thing we are also doing is we're finding that Sith lady that we met earlier in the cantina.
All right, where the party only has one beat, and that's it.
Yeah,
No comment. It's just that's all it is.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
There's nothing else. Just
Here it is.
and it's hilarious what happens
Hey,
too. It's great.
You made it. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to show. Party's in full swing. Come on in.
That's all it is. It's just.
Try this ale.
Yeah, and I love how they dance too. They dance like they're just completely stoned. Like they don't know where the hell they are. They're just like going.
Well, they are drinking some pretty fancy wine.
Well, apparently after what happens right here.
Oh, I love this scene. This scene is hilarious.
I mean, I want some. I mean, what are they doing exactly?
Wait.
And there we go. That is great.
It's just black screen, then thud.
Then they're just all on the ground, all at once.
See, what I thought would have been awesome for a dark side point thing is if you could loot their bodies while they're still unconscious.
Yeah.
Which you can't. You can examine them, but you can't loot their bodies.
Isn't that considered rape?
If you go beyond. I mean, I don't know if they would put that in a Star Wars game, but...
I know. We're just...
I don't know what to do with you now.
I don't know either. I just
You
thought...
go in a corner. You go watch Ed and Eddie.
I was just like, well, isn't that kind of considered rape if you're taking what you will... Well, it's kind of reckless abandonment, also.
It's thievery.
It's thievery with, okay, I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, don't go any farther.
Yeah.
Just stop
This
before you hurt
is
yourself.
Star Wars. You gotta remember. Well, it's Star Wars, right?
Exactly. Oh, look, it's a lady.
I-
Oh, it's a guy.
It's a guy you can do a bounty for.
Holy cow. That's a guy?
Apparently, that's apparently a
that's
dude.
a phone.
That is totally a phone. Hold on.
And Ernest will be right back.
I don't know who it is. All right, forget it.
Oh, never mind then.
If I don't get a
You
call,
proved me wrong.
if I don't get a call to my cell phone, I don't pick it up. Loading. Much loading in this
you want to read
universe.
the text on the loading. Because that'll give you some good story tips.
You know what? I'm gonna check it.
Okay, you go, Ernest.
Haha, forget that. People totally hung up on me.
They hung up?
They totally hung up.
Huh. Oh, this scene.
Ah,
this
the
scene.
beautiful drunks.
Indeed, the rich drunks.
You see, this is why being a drunk isn't necessarily a bad thing if you can be comic relief at the same time.
Exactly. You see, I'll never get drunk. I don't drink. Except for water and soda.
I've been
but-
drunk before. It's nothing special. If anything, you feel terrible the next day.
Exactly, the hangover, but...
You know, people can say whatever they want about being drunk. I just remember my thing was I was very nice. I mean,
I know. See, I'm a nice guy, and I know if you're drunk, you end up being the exact opposite.
yeah, I was not the. Well, what does that say about me?
Exactly.
But I mean, I'm a nice guy too, but I have a limit. So I mean, if someone told me they were losing a kidney, I would have given them mine. I would have cut it out of my body. I think I was that nice.
See, me, I think, even though I've never gotten drunk, I can't stress that enough. And I've been told by other people who've gotten drunk before, that if I were to end up getting drunk, I'd probably be one mean guy.
You probably would. You'd probably be going around a table looking at everyone and giving them your reason for not like being disappointed with them or something.
Now, here's probably your favorite part. We can dress up as the Sith.
No, I love their uniforms. I want one. I want like a set right now. That and a Jango Fett outfit.
Ah, yes, Jango Fett.
Gotta love the Fett stuff. Which is another thing is there's a vendor on Dantooine, who he has a lot of very rare antiquities, and one of them is an armor set of from Cassius Fett.
Oh, really?
I never bought it because it's ridiculously expensive, but I've seen pictures of it before, and it looks pretty good.
We'll have to see if we can find it.
It looks like the Mandalorian armor, but like a silver purple kind of thing.
Ah.
Pretty
See,
cool.
once I became a Jedi, I never bothered with armor again.
Neither did I. I only looked at armor for Karth and whatnot.
Yeah. See, once I was a Jedi, all you need is the robes.
Now here we go. We're about to see our first bit of action between the Volkers and the Hidden Vex.
Oh yes, gang fights, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like the way these aliens talk, did you?
No, their voices kind of bugged me. I've got no problem with the Rhodians, these bug-eyed guys right here, but those guys before, they just kind of started to bug me.
They look like wannabe Wookiees, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. They've got like a face, looks like a porcupine and a lizard.
They're
Had
not
a baby.
Yeah, exactly. See, I love the sword fighting in this game because it's a lot like real sword fighting. You don't have this long epic fight where everyone's just clashing swords together. No. You stand there to wait for the right moment, and then boom.
It's like Japanese swordplay. I mean, people can say that it's all fast-paced, but it's actually not. If you've actually seen legitimate fights,
it's about 2 seconds long.
It's about 2 seconds, and the fights can be like 5 minutes because all they're really doing is just standing there and they're just feeling out their opponent.
Yeah. See, that's why a lot of people want to make a big old hype about the sword fights now. It's because they want to make it such long, epic fights like you would find in the Obi-Wan versus Anakin.
Yeah.
Or if you watch anime, that kind of thing.
But, you know, I prefer those kind of, like, fights more like what the Greeks had, where there was, like, no clashing or anything, because, let's face it, you're not going to be able to, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how are you going to be able to get these blades to coincide with your enemy? I mean, it's impossible. It's very hard, especially with some blades that the Greeks and whatnot had.
Seriously.
But people, I still think those are the best, truest ways of combat there ever were. And I wish we had more combat like that, because it meant more, than just some kid wielding an AK-47 and killing you.
Seriously.
It took skill, and you gotta respect that.
That's where the real warriors were made.
Yeah, I killed about 20 Iraqis. Yeah, you're a hero.
Yeah. How'd you kill him? Grenade. Yeah.
Hey, you see that?
You really showed some true skill there.
That's like a bitch slap in the dark. It's just not fair. You don't see it coming.
Exactly. Unless it ends up being a dud, then it just hits you back.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what the hell.
I remember an episode of MASH. This one guy kept carrying around a grenade for luck. He said it's a dud. But he's never pulled the pin.
So how do you know?
Exactly. At the end of the episode, though, the pin gets pulled. Everyone freaks out. One guy jumps on top of the grenade, shouting at us, run. Never went off. It wasn't dud. So they just went, oh, it is a lucky grenade.
You see, I would think that would be the opposite. I mean, a lucky grenade should be a grenade that blows up even more. Oh yeah, and our character did die. For some reason, it seemed like we were getting ridiculously large amounts of damage right there.
I know, the game was kind of glitching there.
It was. There was something about when we were recording, it seemed like it was just going really slow.
I love that screen where it shows you how much light side and dark side you are. And see, there it is again.
There it is again! You see? He did it!
Now we're heading to the lower city apartments.
Yep. Basically, all we're really doing in this video and the next one, I think, is just rating apartments, because we're just terrible like that.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, this place looks like a dump.
We're in the lower city. What do you expect?
I think good thing this is not the under city.
No, seriously.
That's the
upper
ghetto.
City, the upper city is the classy side of the neighborhood. That's the place where you have all the rich folks. Lower city is the ghetto. Okay, this is where you'll find the gangs, the prostitutes, the bounty hunters, all of them. You'll find all of them in the lower city.
Wait, the ghetto has bounty hunters?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm going to the ghetto. Wow.
I don't know why I said bounty hunters. I guess I was looking over at your Django Fett thing, but
yeah, probably. It's like, hey, oh yeah, there are bounty hunters in the ghetto. Seriously?
My bad for all bounty hunters that might be watching this.
But then, if that's what the ghetto is, then what's the undercity? What's the undercity? Is that like
the undercity?
Like Bumville, USA?
Yes, that would be the hobo cities you would find under the freeway.
Yeah.
Except worse.
So what do they call those in the Prohibition? I mean, in the Depression, they called those...
those were Hoovervilles.
Hoovervilles, yeah. Those are Hoovervilles in Star Wars.
See, I found it unfair that we all bashed on Hoover like that.
You know...
And the video's about to end.
Yes, it's about to end.
We'll continue the Depression discussion later.
Yes, and Hoover.